The sound of church bells ringing on a Sunday morning or to celebrate a wedding has been part of our heritage for hundreds of years. Let's find out more about this wonderful tradition. Bells were first used in Christian churches in around 400 CE, and by about 600 CE they had become common in the monasteries of Europe, where bells were used to summon monks to prayer. Bede reported on them in England at around that time. The earliest English ring of church bells appeared in the 11th century, which coincides with the Norman conquest. Early bells were cast in different sizes to produce different notes, but no attempt was made to tune the bells until the 1500s, with the advent of change ringing, which is when the order in which the bells are rung is changed to create a sort of tune. As can be seen from this animation, the ringers pull their ropes at different times to create the changes. The Normans built towers onto churches, and it was in these towers that the bells hung. They were hung high so that they could be heard from far away, which meant that long ropes were needed to ring them. At St Mary's, the bells are in the uppermost section of the church. We have 4 bells, but in other churches and cathedrals, numbers vary from 3 to 16 bells. And some churches have only a single bell, used to call the congregation to worship. So how are the bells rung? The bells are mounted on wooden wheels, allowing them to swing almost 360 degrees. There's a rope attached to the wheel, which goes down 2 floors of St Mary's to the bell ringing chamber. In simple terms, when the rope is pulled, the bell rings. However, in order to ring them properly, the bells, which hang mouth down, need to be turned so that the mouth is uppermost. This is called raising the bells.
These bells ring full circle, but to make them safe, they are held in the down position as that one is now. And to get them to do a full circle, the ropes are coiled up into little rings. And by pulling, you can see how the bell will move from side to side, and eventually that will work its full weight up to that position. Once it's in that position, that's on the stay, and by pulling the rope again, that will work a full circle back to that position, and the stay moves the slider to hold it in that position there. And so the bells are working 360 degrees.
There are more films about the bells voiced by our tower captain Derek Overton, who was instrumental in bringing the bells back to life after years of silence. We'd love you to be able to see the bells for yourself. Unfortunately, unlike other churches, access to them is not via a spiral staircase, but by 3 very old and tricky ladders. However, the films will transport you to the bell chamber with no effort at all.